Okay, let's call this meeting to order. Let the minutes show that Doug is excused for today. All right, roll call. Everyone is here. We need a motion to approve the agenda. Y'all got a copy by Doak here, second by Joe. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Y'all got a copy of the minutes. Any additions or corrections? By the way, those are October minutes. We did not have a November meeting. Okay, motion by Doak, seconded by Scott. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. I don't see anyone here from the public, so we'll let Tracy go first.
I think you're supposed to turn it on for people listening.
Okay. All right, so everybody got a copy of the 2021 budget. Did anyone have any questions about what is on there? 'Cause otherwise, we are right on target for the end of the year. Okay, just real quick, I wanted to mention that Dan Heinrich, who lives in the city of Algoma, passed away just a couple weeks ago. He had been our emergency coordinator in the Emergency Operations Center in the Kewaunee County amateur radio position. So he had held that position for many years, longer than I've been with emergency management. He was amateur radio. The other thing I wanted to bring to everybody's attention real quick is I know that I got a letter from what is called Rave Alert in regards to the SMS text messaging individuals get. So a lot of this SMS text messaging that's going out now is supposed to have a 10-digit code, like a phone number attached to it, unless it's an emergency type message, which Rave Alert is used for. So, and they gave a couple of examples that it can be used for, an active shooter or an active assailant message can go out, imminent weather threats, drill or text messages. Those are considered emergency SMS messages, and they will not be required to have that 10-digit code. It can be the 5 or 6-digit code that goes out with those. So I just wanted to bring everyone's attention just to those things. So on to the next. Any questions about any of that? Upcoming training and exercises. So Kim and I both recently attended in October the WEMA conference, in which we were able to get a number of our required professional development hours accomplished. Kim attended a required course for her position, which is the ICS Incident Command System Emergency Operations Center interface course. Some of her takeaways from that were learning more about the Incident Command System and the Emergency Operations Center, how they work together, and some challenges that they may have. Communication always seems to be a big thing. We noticed that a lot of agencies use the same words, but each have different meanings. So there were some challenges she noticed or learned about challenges between the Incident Command and the EOC, the information, resources, goals, multi-agency, multi-jurisdictions all coming together. She learned more about simple and complex events and how the different events and when the Emergency Operations Center needs to be opened. And then also how the Emergency Operations Center is the place to handle getting resources needed to Incident Command System, so that way they can concentrate on the incident. I attended EOC activations. So one thing that I found out is throughout the state, all counties seem to open up their Emergency Operations Center for different activities. We both attended something called Activating and Managing an EOC, which was also a tabletop exercise. This had everybody using Web EOC. We learned a lot of different things with that. Come to find out, it seems a lot of the things that need to be entered into Web EOC, the Emergency Management Director has to do that. So even though we have a room full in our Emergency Operations Center, a lot of the stuff the state needs to know has to get funneled through that position. Wow. Kim seemed to learn more about entering resource requests, but again, I just wanted to kind of give you an overview of just some of the things that we learned when we attended that conference with the courses that we had attended. So update on Sirens. There's no update right now on when Point Beach is going to be taking down those 13 sirens. The city of Algoma plans on keeping there too. Village of Casco, there one, and the village of Luxembourg, there too. And they're going to keep it as it has been. They're financially responsible for any maintenance and any repairs. We are just responsible for sounding the sirens. Any questions on any of that? Next is the 2021 Clean Sweep update. So that event this year was booked. We had over 160 attendees, dropping off a variety of items, the household hazardous waste, agricultural, pharmaceuticals, fire extinguishers, sharps containers, public health paid for the disposal of those, old ammunition, eyeglasses, and then fluorescent light bulbs. We collected a fee for those. That was the only thing that we collected a fee for. So we had at least one resident per municipality that took advantage of this year's event. We had one business that came in, which they had to pay for their disposal. So that is not a part of the grant. That is totally separate. We had many comments that were received. A lot of people are just glad that it was held. They wish that something could be done about small batteries. Everyone seems to be looking for an electronic collection. We always find out about it after it's been held. Number of questions on when we'll have a tire collection. And then we did have someone just ask us to put together some sort of flyer about batteries and some of the things that you have to pay to dispose of that we do not take. Any question on the 2021 Clean Sweep event that we held? We appreciate all the volunteers that came in and helped. It's greatly appreciated. We use that as our in-kind match to help with the grant. I don't know. Recently, I just heard about a business. I don't know the name of the business that will, if an individual goes to their location, they'll take up to 3 tires per person. They're not here in Kewaunee County. So I'm going to reach out to that individual to see if there's something that we can do. But when I've reached out prior to see about getting a tire collection here in Kewaunee County, no one was doing anything. So yeah. For everyone that inquired about when we were going to hold them, I said, I encourage you to take them to the transfer station to pay to dispose of them. So whether or not they did you get any tires?
We got some tires the following week, but you know, the problem with tire disposals is they're so darn expensive. You only basically you got 2 companies in the state of Wisconsin take tires. One company takes tires only from haulers. The other company will take tires basically from anyone, but you got to go to Minnesota, darn near to Minnesota, to get rid of them. So, you know, it's tough to get a trailer load of tires could run $10,000. We just hauled a bunch for the county, you know, over to because they got all the loader tires and the big stuff. That's got to go to the one over on the west side of the state, and I don't know. You know, I mean, where are you gonna get that kind of money from? You're talking mucho dollars, you know, for tire disposal. There's no value to tires. You guaranteed you will be paying. Right now, we tell everybody, I believe, as of the first of this month, our tire disposal fees at $550 a ton. So unless it's a loader or a tractor tire, then it's extra $50 a ton. But I mean, you don't have a choice because you know, you got so much in hauling these things. Truck tires, they cut sidewalls and they resell the sidewalls back to farmers. The automotive tires, they will actually go through the automotive tires and see if there's any usable tires that can go for recapping. truck and loader tires, they grind them. And then they pay to get rid of them. All right, landfill. Yeah, they're good. They're good at the bottom of a landfill as a filter on the bottom of a landfill. You don't want to use them as daily cover in a landfill because your tire repairs go absolutely out of this world. Because you'll get nothing but tire repairs if you start using them as daily cover. They're a great daily cover, but anybody hauling into your landfill, the day after you start using them, you're gonna end up with a lot of people not coming back to your landfill until you quit using them.
With the DAT cap that we reach out to for the grant tires is not an acceptable item. So unless I find an alternate grant, which I have not found out there. So next on the list is the grant application period changed for the Clean Sweep event. So I've already had to apply for 2022. With that, I have got the contract here for 2022 that I need to get an approval for both of them. I'm looking for the Clean Sweep Agricultural and Household Hazardous Waste Collection Grant Contract. I have gotten a contract for the agriculturals at 4,500 with household hazardous waste at 7,500 for next year. That is the grant amount that we can get. And so I just need to get an approval to be able to sign that Kewaunee County will accept it.
Motion to approve.
I'll second.
All right. Any discussion? Hearing no discussion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. You're good there. G.
The next one is for the 2022 Clean Sweep Unwanted Prescription Drug Grant Contract. That one for 2022 is $3,200. And then with that, what I do is, this doesn't mean that it has to be spent just on this. I'm able to transfer some of them between the three different ones to get the best use out of that. So for 2022, they're looking at giving us at least 3,200 for drug collection.
That was that one that we also used at Clean Sweep, right?
Right.
This year.
So any
Okay.
unused portions I can transfer over to household hazardous waste or to agricultural. I can never transfer any of these funds into the drug portion of it. So this is for the unwanted prescription drug collection.
And we filled out on that this year, didn't we? On the prescription drugs?
Oh, that was we got a lot. 80 or 90 pounds
Oh,
was
really?
collected.
Okay.
So I think so. It was a lot.
So I think you use that portion for wages and stuff to offset, right?
No, I can't. You guys are nice enough to donate those hours.
So then you're just using that to supplement the other ones, because we get rid
Correct.
of drugs through DEA for
Right.
nothing.
Yeah.
So about 3 times a year, they do it 4 times a year, I think. The sheriff's department has to get the drugs to the DEA. Usually it's out of Fond du Lac, so we figure out a way to bus it all down there. And it's got to be in certain size boxes, certain weight. And there's a whole protocol to follow on it. 2 officers have to sign off when they seal the boxes to make sure that, nobody's taking any medications or anything like that. And there's a whole list of things that they don't accept in there. So we have to kind of go through it and make sure there's no plastics and stuff like that. It's just medications. We take care of that, and then we get it down to Fond du Lac, and then they accept it free of charge.
Okay.
And with that too, they have to have 2 law enforcement officers at the Clean Sweep event when they're collecting those. So.
All right. We need approval on that, Scott?
I motion to approve.
All right, seconded by Doak. Any discussion? Yes.
What do you do with the liquid medications?
So we do not take liquid medications. According to public health, they can mix the liquid medications into used coffee grounds, into kitty litter, make sure that gets mixed up, and then put that in your regular trash.
Hmm.
But if you have questions about anything in particular, feel free to get in touch with public health.
Okay. All right, we had a motion and a second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye. Opposed, motion carried. Now you can go to G.
So on November 8th, we held a senior official workshop at our